Today on Talking Solutions, Lori Nguyen from Women in Technology Awards. Thank you so much for coming in.
Oh, thank you for having me.
I was at the awards ceremony last year. You're the founder of the Women in Technology Awards, correct?
That is correct. But, it's about this higher cause for the community of Las Vegas. There are some women here doing some phenomenal things in technology. So this is about bringing some recognition and some honor to what they're doing and what they're really accomplishing out there, and giving young women something to look up to in terms of a career to aspire to, or knowing that other women can accomplish such phenomenal things right here in Las Vegas.
Being a great example to other females is wonderful. What we found out in discussions with groups like Girls in Tech over the past year or so, and last year when we were also leading up to the Women in Technology Awards, is that girls just don't participate in the STEM fields, which is science, technology, engineering, and math, as much as guys do.
You're absolutely correct. What happens is, when they get into their early teens and their late teens, they start to lose interest because they're getting absorbed in other issues and other things. And so we need to encourage these young women that they can pursue STEM. They can pursue science, math, engineering, technology. They can pursue these things and be successful at it, just as successful as any other human being on Earth.
And one of the reasons why it would be really, really a good idea to encourage them in STEM-type fields and technology is because this is where the growth and the good jobs are.
Absolutely. STEM is a growing field for the nation and globally. So this is a big wave that these women and girls want to try to participate in as far as choosing a career. It's an excellent career where they can make a higher salary, certainly can get their foot in, and there's a lot of opportunity for women in STEM jobs.
We're talking with Lori Nguyen, who is the founder of the Women in Technology Awards. You mentioned that when girls are in that, I'm going to say junior high phase, where they suddenly don't think they want to do anything in a STEM field.
It's preteen and teen. It's where they're distracted by maybe what's going on at home, maybe what's going on the TV and their media with images of women looking sexy and getting interested in more girl-oriented type things. We need more encouragement that girls can do engineering. Girls can do math. Girls can do science. We need more encouragement of that. And things have gotten a lot better over the years, significantly better, but we need to keep that momentum going.
Can I blame this on the Kardashians? Is that okay?
Well, there's pros and cons with the Kardashians,
Makeup,
right? But
clothes.
Over-sexualized America.
Yeah. I'm a little worried about that. I've never mentioned their name until just this moment.
I think they're worthy to throw in the ring on this one.
You're saying that at this critical preteen-teen stage for girls, that they suddenly are more disinterested in pursuing all the STEM fields, the science, technology, engineering.
There is some statistics showing that that's where they lose interest in this area. And so there's a lot of programs that have been started right here in Las Vegas by our political figures. Either party will remain party neutral. There are programs cropping up for STEM education for high school children with our cities and through other organizations to help encourage girls to pursue these types of jobs in the future. So there's a lot of workshops going on. I know that Dina Titus has a workshop series helping to promote this. I know that there's been a lot of focus on science and technology with other political figures programs going on. And so with all of this, it's because there's a reason behind that. Statistically, this is where young girls need to gain interest, is in their preteens and teens, in order to really get that stronghold of going into a STEM job.
A lot of different groups are trying to be part of this effort to get girls more involved in technology fields. Dina Titus, you just mentioned, she was at the last awards ceremony.
Yes,
I remember seeing her up on stage. Other groups that are working on it. I know that the Girl Scouts here in Southern Nevada are also trying to encourage a curriculum that is very STEM heavy, technology heavy, and technology aware. I believe they can get a badge, Girl Scout badges.
Yes.
They can earn those in these fields, and they do encourage involvement in technology fields. So there's a bunch of different directions where we're all coming together and saying, look, this is something that you should consider. And I just can't see that there would be any downside to that.
Absolutely. And I will add on to what you've just said that across the Las Vegas Valley, there's all sorts of technology programs cropping up. City of Henderson has an entrepreneur program, and they support a couple different IT organizations. We've got educational programs at UNLV, and we've got educational programs at Nevada State College. We've got corporate organizations doing speaking events and other events that are technology-oriented. So there's a lot of programs cropping up all over the valley with this emphasis on technology and promotion of STEM jobs. What we need to come together as a technology community in Las Vegas, and the Las Vegas Women Technology Awards is one project to bring together the technology collective community to honor these 5 awards for women that are doing great things in technology as a program of recognition.
I know that the Women in Technology Awards, I mentioned that I had been there last year. We're open for nominations.
Nominations are open now all the way until April 15th, and then we'll review everybody with our judging panel and make the final selection. But you can nominate a woman for the High Tech Woman of the Year Award, High Tech Entrepreneur, High Tech Rising Star, High Tech Community Service, and High Tech Mentor Awards, which are offered by the Las Vegas Women in Technology Awards now through April 15th. And you can nominate by going to VegasWomenTechAwards.net. VegasWomenTechAwards.net. It's a long one, but we encourage everyone to get out there and nominate a favorite woman in technology today.
The kind of person that we're looking to nominate, Lori. I work here at Beasley Media, of course.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
We've got an IT person. Happens to be male. I would think that the biggest percentage of IT professionals are going to be men.
That is a true statement, but IT is evolving as well. Matter of fact, I've spent some time in IT. We have some phenomenal CIOs right here in Las Vegas. We have the CIO of the Hard Rock. We have CIO of City of Henderson. There are some women doing some phenomenal things in tech right here in gaming, in the casinos, in the IT departments of many companies around this valley. And IT, it used to be 20 years ago when you'd walk into a conference for IT, it would be predominantly male. You and 5 other ladies in the room, and the rest is men. That's changed and evolving, and there's higher percentages of women being promoted in IT and in existence in IT.
How does that feel from your perspective, knowing that you are the founder of the Women in Technology Awards, to see that these gatherings of tech or IT professionals, you're seeing bigger numbers of women? Does that give you satisfaction?
It feels good because I have seen the progression myself in general high tech, in electronic design automation, and in IT. My whole background is 25 years in high tech, and I've owned my own businesses for 6 years. I spent a solid 20 years in high tech. I've launched 30 products across the market, including some of the first DVD laptops, LaserJet products globally for HP. My point is, I have seen the progression. When you go into these industries, there are more women. There are more women engineers. There are more women in computer science. There are more women in IT. And I've seen the progression over the last 20 years, literally from when you walk into a room and you can see more women there and more women in key positions.
Lori Nguyen is with us today with the Women in Technology Awards, founder of the whole awards ceremony. Now, Lori, you mentioned some of your background, but I am curious, how did you get started in IT and in STEM-related fields?
How did I get started in tech? I applied to be an intern at Hewlett-Packard over the summer. I worked in production building hard drives, and I worked my way up. I climbed the ladder. I went into then training a division of 2,000 people. This was quite some time ago. I started my career, back in 1992, working for HP. And I'm telling you, I crawled the ladder. I climbed the ladder. So again, I started in production. Then I moved up to training a division of 2,000. Then I moved to another company and started in sales. Then I moved from there into my first product marketing role, where I was managing the mouse pads and the mice for Micron PC, where they were competing with Dell head on as a direct computer manufacturer. I helped them to transition to ATX motherboards, which affected the entire computer manufacturing facility. I then proceeded to launch another 5 or 6 products for them as product manager. This is managing future product life cycles, bringing new products to market, and then the marketing strategies to then execute on the new products. From there, I went to Hewlett-Packard and I launched a LaserJet product, a web printing product called HP Web Print Smart, which was featured on CNN. I've spent 20 years working with hundreds of engineers, working with hundreds of partners, including Intel, Microsoft, Motorola, Sanyo, Sony, all across the industry, and been living and breathing tech for 20 years. So for me to see women honored and recognized for the hard work that I know that they do feels so good to me. And it feels good to me to bring this to Las Vegas, because when I moved here in 99, there were so many tech companies in the Valley, but I didn't know how to plug in. I didn't know where we could go for one centralized effort to meet with all the technology companies. So again, I got involved in this because since I've moved here in 1999 in Las Vegas, there's a tech community that sits here and resides here, but I wanted to bring that together and help us plug the technology community together. So the awards are just a way to honor and recognize these wonderful women in technology that exist here in the Valley and bring attention to the larger technology community here in Las Vegas.
And also a great place to network, I'm believing at this point, because you're talking about bringing everybody together.
Yes, it is incredible. We have a lot of national and global technology companies right here in Las Vegas that are working every day, day in and day out on a national or global basis. And they don't know what technology companies are right here in their backyard that they can partner with, conduct commerce with. They might have like customers with. And so bringing the technology community together through programs like the Las Vegas Women in Technology Award is actually the higher mission of my new nonprofit, which is called the Las Vegas Community Tech Fund, which is the owner of the Las Vegas Women in Technology Awards. So we do have efforts to try and help aggregate and bring the Las Vegas technology community together. And the pinhead of all of that are the awards.
I'll make sure that all of the links you're talking about today, that they're all available along with podcast of the interview itself on our Talking Solutions Facebook page.
Outstanding.
Lori Nguyen, I wonder, when you're dealing with a young girl who maybe is at that critical age where they can decide or not what they're going to pursue, what kind of things can you say to them to hopefully pique their interest?
I tell you, that's $1 million question. And what we found that has worked well, and actually we have the co-presenters of the Las Vegas Women in Technology Awards, is an organization called Women Advancing. They strongly believe in mentorship programs. So we encourage mentorship at those key critical times when they're deciding whether or not to continue on, and having a mentor that's there every step of the way is so critical. It's critical to have a mentor at all stages, not only when you're in high school, but when you're a grown-up adult and you're running your own tech company. Always have a mentor. And so our co-presenting brand partner, Women Advancing, who's been supporting these awards for the last couple of years and is involved again this year, they have a phenomenal national mentoring program, and they are in full support of these awards for Las Vegas and, of course, mentoring here in Las Vegas. And there's a local chapter of Women Advancing here in Nevada that promotes mentorship. And again, that's why we have special recognition for the High Tech Mentor Award this year in the Las Vegas Women in Technology Awards.
Mentorship is so helpful in so many areas.
Absolutely.
It was mentioned to me that Las Vegas, there's a lot happening here, a mini Silicon Valley as far as technology.
Absolutely. We've kind of got a reputation out there in the nation as being called the Silicon Strip. And a lot of it came out of publicity and marketing that was done, a lot of editorial coverage around what was going on with Downtown Project when the CEO of Zappos bought out the core land mass of downtown and invested tons and tons of money in software companies and small businesses. That created a lot of excitement in startup software companies cropping up along downtown. That's one thing. There are about 30 other things going on across the valley. You've got organizations like Tech Cocktail that bring together companies for technology mixers. You've got High Tech Vegas, which does something similar. So every 2 months, there's a mixer at the top of the foundation room, bringing technology companies together to network and conduct commerce. You've got other organizations like T-Ban, which has a lot of influence on laws and is kind of a technology association banded together, and many other programs cropping up along the valley as well. There's also Vegas Tech. They've done a lot of fantastic work working with Work in Progress and bringing this speaker series together and having a site that does kind of aggregate some of the technology community. My new nonprofit is geared to be the umbrella over this. So all these programs can plug in, and we create one big fund that pays for this, because there's hard costs to do this. You got to print signs. You've got to pay people for labor. Hard costs, but it's a nonprofit so that we can collectively come together as a technology community and start to centralize the technology community. So when you arrive in the city, everyone knows how to plug in. You can open up a magazine and it says the Vegas tech scene, and you can find out every corporation, every university, every event, and every seminar and happenings in one spot. So we want to work together, and we're inviting organizations, we're inviting companies and educational institutions to contact us, contact the Las Vegas Vegas Community Tech Fund so that we can collectively come together to establish the Las Vegas technology community in the Valley for Las Vegas and help foster that. And the awards are just a first step in this greater Las Vegas technology community.
So if I'm looking to nominate somebody for the Women in Technology Awards, nominations accepted through April 15th.
Yes.
Now's the time. Is there any cost involved with nomination?
There's no cost to nominate at all. If you know a woman, maybe it's your friend or a coworker, a family friend that you know that's really doing phenomenal things in technology, all you have to do is go to VegasWomenTechAwards.net and nominate a woman online today. You just click on the nominate button and you fill in the form and you have nominated the person. We ask you to be specific about their accomplishments and give as much detail as possible, but you can nominate a woman in technology for any of our 5 awards, including High Tech Woman of the Year, High Tech Entrepreneur, High Tech Rising Star, High Tech Community Service, and High Tech Mentor, now until April 15th at VegasWomenTechAwards.net.
Once again, those links will be available on our Talking Solutions Facebook page. I referred to the networking aspect. When you are doing a technology-related job in Southern Nevada, that feedback that you get from other people would help to strengthen this net that is all of these people doing this kind of job. Does that make sense, what I just said?
Yes, it does. And actually, we're putting in a biannual survey process as part of the Las Vegas Community Tech Fund. So all of the organizations that are involved with the Community Tech Fund support it. That aggregated group of organizations, we will ask them, what do you want to see as the programs for the tech community? Then a board of 20 will determine what's funded and what projects are going to be paid for to establish the Las Vegas technology community.
Lori Nguyen, founder of the Women in Tech Awards. Lori, doing a technology-related career, which you are deep into, how do I put across to a young girl who hasn't taken that path yet? How do I make her interested? What kind of resources do I have to help make her really curious about this type of work, this type of learning?
Plug her into some weekend workshops. Plug her into some events to get her mind thinking about what options are even available to me, to have the epiphany that this is a path I could go down. And that can be as simple as her attending a basic event, or maybe a couple of them. Maybe speaking with a woman who's in technology as in more of a mentor role for a half-a-day job shadowing. Before I started my career, I job shadowed a woman by the name of Donna Gregory at Hewlett-Packard. She was responsible for helping them negotiate with Compaq. She managed the Compaq account for HP. I job shadowed her for a day and another gentleman named Tony Slajewski. And when I was done, I looked at Tony Slajewski and I said, you know what? I'm going to be a product manager one day and I'm going to come back and take your job. And I am not kidding you. I came back in that division and I went up to Tony and I said, I'm now in an equivalent position to you, but I'm not going to take your job. And I want to thank you so much for the opportunity to have job shadowed you. That happened to me. And you know what? That all started by going to a career center in your own high school. Send your daughters to their career center in the high school. Send them to an event to get them to even think or comprehend in their mind what options are available to them. Investigate job shadowing or mentoring.
So career center at school would be a great place to start.
Yes, one option.
Last year we were talking about girls in tech locally being a resource because part of the problem with girls not being interested at that very critical age between preteen and teen, they don't think it's cool anymore.
I've also heard that in some statistics. It's about what's cool, what's not cool. Again, get them into something, an event, a workshop. Maybe it's Dina Titus's STEM workshops for children. Maybe it is something with the Girl Scouts. Maybe it's a national organization that has a local event here for girls. Get them plugged into some type of event where they can do some kind of hands-on activities for it to be a cool thing to do.
Well, we're always wanting to diversify Las Vegas as far as our focus. For so many decades, it was just gaming,
Yes.
and that's all there was. But by growth of areas like technology, it's giving us a broader base and a much better, healthier way to exist as a community.
Absolutely it is. And I know that our cities and our state and our economic development departments in each one have woken up because the monies, the grants are starting to go towards technology here in our cities and our state. That is so exciting to see that finally happen. Ever since I came out here in 1999, I thought the only markets are gaming, construction, and medical. Why isn't our city as developed and progressive in economic sustainability as other cities? After the downturn and our comeback, I think our economic development departments have woken up, and I do see things happening, and I'm very encouraged by that. And there is a big investment coming for technology.
And you've been a big part of this.
Well, thank you.
You've been here since 99, so you've been here, 17 years?
Yes.
Your work in the high-tech area is helping to spread awareness, helping to mentor and bolster those who are already doing these type of jobs, and encourage the girls that are coming up through our schools here in Southern Nevada to get involved, be a part of this. This is not a geeky thing, as they used to refer to. It's an exciting thing. And we are all now absolutely inundated by technology. Our worlds have changed so dramatically thanks to technology.
Absolutely. Over half of the college graduates now are women. Women of the world. We're coming into a new era. And of course, I'm going to do everything within my power to promote that, to support that. My day job is a digital marketing agency, but this is my way to give back to the Las Vegas technology community for all the years I've benefited being a woman in technology. I own 5 businesses, but my other focus is a way to empower women, not in a controversial way, but in a way that helps educate women and enable women to lead successful lives. This is something that I want to give back to the Las Vegas community here as a whole.
To be a good example, to lift other women up, to show them what they're capable of, mentorship, all of that.
Absolutely. And one for the men here. We have a lot of men on our judging panel, heads of organizations that are supporting this for the community. Men and women supporting and encouraging women in their accomplishments in technology. That's what this is about.
You mentioned a couple of times that you had done your earlier work with HP.
Yes.
And how you had worked with a woman through HP. And then, of course, in the presidential race, we had until very recently Carly Fiorina.
Correct.
Her feather in her cap is her past with HP. Very female-friendly company, perhaps?
HP, they had an inclusive culture supporting diversity, male, female, yellow, white, purple, and they were leading the way for our top 10 companies in the world and how they did it. And I worked at HP in those good old days when the money was flowing, where LaserJets was 60% of the revenue of the company, and I was fortunate enough to manage one of the LaserJet products. Those were some great times, and I learned a lot from my experience with that corporation. And yeah, Carly Fiorina was well-spoken, articulate. She did very well at HP. She had a lot of challenges, yet a lot of good, and she was responsible and a driving force for revising and causing innovation in the culture of Hewlett-Packard. She was in there to change, stimulate, and create innovation in the culture in HP, and that I think she did successfully.
And you mentioned a couple of times the phrase inclusion. I'm sure that we want to encourage here in Southern Nevada as well. With your organization, with the Women in Technology Awards, inclusion, to bring everybody together, to let us all support each other.
Inclusionary, collectively becoming the Las Vegas technology community. We need support from organizations and educational entities and those making a difference in tech to collectively come together to support the Las Vegas Women in Technology Awards, to honor these women, to recognize them, and put that up on that pedestal for young girls to look at.
We've got Lori Nguyen, founder of the Women in Technology Awards. As part of our show, Talking Solutions, we always do ask, what can we do to help you?
Oh, well, thank you. Awareness and asking organizations to get involved and become part of the Las Vegas technology community. Get involved by sending out a note with a link to nominate to your employees in the IT department, or you have all sorts of marketing methods. Forward our link out. Encourage those around you to nominate fantastic women right here in Las Vegas for the Las Vegas Women Technology Awards. And again, we have the 5 awards: High Tech Woman of the Year, High Tech Entrepreneur, High Tech Rising Star, High Tech Community Service, and High Tech Mentor. One of the women in your company is doing phenomenal things, and she deserves to be nominated for one of these awards. Give her recognition and the courtesy and spend just a little bit of time to nominate now through April 15th, a fantastic woman working in technology today.
And it costs you nothing to do a nomination.
Exactly. Nothing but a little bit of time. a little bit of time and attention to simply nominate. You could nominate online in 5 minutes or less.
It also shows our support for that person in our community or in our business who is working so hard to say, we care enough to pay attention and to notice and recognize that you're doing great work.
Absolutely. And just by giving that recognition, others around can see that. It's another step forward of something that happens every year towards the betterment of the technology community and recognition and honoring of women in our society, which is wonderful.
You want to talk feather in your cap? There you go. Get one of those awards.
Yes.
It was a good time. I was there last year, and it is the Women in Technology Awards. Nomination deadline is April 15th. That's when you guys will pull together all of the nominations, take a good look. I would imagine, similar to last year, the date of the awards and the location will be coming along later.
That's correct. It's going to happen in the month of May, probably the end of May. The exact venue is yet to be announced, but we're going to have a gigantic award ceremony to honor these women. I anticipate it to be double in size this year, and we have some phenomenal venues we're looking at for this. This is going to be a fantastic award celebration to really come together and really recognize these women. They're going to be walking across the stage. They're going to have a big plaque, and they're going to get a lot of recognition from local organizations that are really in support of this.
Photos are taken, a lot of applause. It's a good time. And if you're talking about doubling the size of the Women in Technology Awards this year, I think you're probably going to outgrow last year's venue.
You are correct. We shall see what the final venue will be. Either way, it's going to be fantastic. An award ceremony you don't want to miss, and you want to make sure someone you know in tech that really deserves it is nominated for the awards.
If you want to check into it, you can go to VegasWomenTechAwards.net. VegasWomenTechAwards.net. I'll make sure that those links and the podcast of today's talk are going to be on our Talking Solutions Facebook page. Lori Nguyen, you are the founder of the Women in Technology Awards. Is there anything I've forgotten? Anything else you want to get out there? Because we are here to spread awareness.
Well, I just want to say that the Las Vegas Women in Technology Awards is going to be celebrating the accomplishments of women working in tech in the Las Vegas Valley. Nominations are now open through April 15th. Please nominate your favorite female in tech for the Las Vegas Women Technology Awards at VegasWomenTechAwards.net. You can nominate a colleague, coworker, friend, or someone you know who's doing great things in tech.
Shine a light, lift them up, and celebrate what they do. It's a good time. Been there.
Wonderful.
Look forward to it. Lori Nguyen, thank you so much for joining us, founder of the Women in Technology Awards. We're so glad to have you today on Talking Solutions.
Thank you. So pleased to be here.